Hello everyone, welcome to next Selenium tutorial. So today let's talk about the locators, the next locator name. So how we can find using the locator's name and using Selenium WebDriver. So we have already covered the locator's ID. So what are the different steps that involved to use your ID locator. So multiple steps involved in Selenium WebDriver to reach your by class and other things. So what are the advantages and it has and what are the disadvantages it has, when to go for your ID and when not to go for ID and all. So and we have talked about the different locators in Selenium WebDriver, where Selenium WebDriver provides 8 different locating strategy. So we have already talked about ID. So today we are going to learn about how to use the Selenium WebDriver locators name, right? So let's move on to locators. So I have already created a locators uh, called name, and so we are going to use Chrome driver today, right? So which I have already installed in my system, right? So name locators, when it will come into picture, right? So let's talk about this web page. So here we have multiple elements. So username input element, password input element, the button. So where we have to click on this. So these are the different web element in any given web page, isn't it? So like this, other web pages also have multiple web elements. So each web element will have multiple attributes behind the scenes. It will load as HTML document in your browser. So HTML document is nothing but a different tags involved in that. So each tag will have multiple attributes and its own value. What is the display text, everything it will have. Let's see this element as example. So if you see view page source, right? So this is the complete HTML document, isn't it? So to load any web page, right? So this is the HTML document. So here if you see any element, right, any tag, this is one web element. If you see any web element, right, so it has multiple attribute in it. So say for example, if we take this input element, it has type attribute and text as a value, and the class attribute login success message as a value, id attribute and its value is login success message. So value attribute and its empty value, and read only has read only value. This is one complete HTML element, or in case of WebDriver it is called as web element, right? So this is the web element. So it has multiple attribute and its value, and it has a tag name as well. So today we are going to talk about the name attribute. So using Selenium WebDriver, how can we find out this particular web element using the name attribute, right? So how can we find out? So let's start with the WebDriver instantiation. So for anything we have to initiate WebDriver with the browser WebDriver. So let's take Chrome driver. So since I have given the Chrome driver, so I'm going to take Chrome driver. So this imported this Chrome driver, and we have to import this WebDriver interface as well, right? So now we have initiated the browser, right? So this WebDriver represents the Chrome driver browser, right? It is a Chrome browser. And once you initiate your driver, let's take some implicit wait, right? That helps for elements to find wait and find driver dot. So we have to manage the timeouts by using implicit wait, right? Let's take 10 seconds. So I have already talked about what is implicit wait in this separate video, which is very essential for any WebDriver user. So please watch out if you need any more clarity. So now we have given 10 seconds for implicit wait, and then what we have to do is we have to load the web page, right? So we have opened the browser, like a Chrome browser we have opened. So after opening, what we have to do is, so we have to load the web page, right? So further what we have to do, we have to use get method or navigate.to method that Selenium provides. So let's take this orange HRM page itself, like how we have done for locators ID. So and then now what we have to do is so driver. So how can we find this particular web element? So whether this input tags. So for that, Selenium provides find element and find elements method. So find elements method will come when we have to find all the elements in the web page for the given locator. So we are not required right now for that. So let's go for your find element. So this find element accepts only the by class instance. So what we have to do is let's initialize that. What is that? By class, I want to find out this username and password, right? So this one has username, so let's take that username is equal to this. By class provides multiple locators like how we have discussed in the previous videos. So these are the different 8 locators that Selenium provides, right? So we can take anything. So for this, so we're talking about name attribute for name method. So we are going to take name. You can see over here class name and CSS selector ID, link text, name, partial link text tag name and export. So today we are going to take about this name method. So you can see over here, right? So this is the syntax for this. The parameter, it will take the value of the name attribute to search for. That's a tags at name attribute value. This returns this by which locators by just a name attribute, right? So let's take this name attribute and it accepts the string value. So what is the name attribute as? This has text username, right? This is the right one. And we have to take the password as well. Let's take that. So this has a text password. So let's copy this same one and this will be a password. Let's take pwd. What is the value? Text password, right? So we have to use by dot name. So username we have find out and password also we have found. So the next one what we have to do is we have to click on this login button, isn't it? So for this also has the input tag and it has name as submit. So we can take the same name attribute for just login button, right? This is a login and the value is submit, right? So now we have located all these 3 web element using the name attribute of these particular web elements name attribute. All these three element has name attribute. This attribute's value helps us to locate this particular web element using Selenium WebDriver. So that is what we have done here. Now it is located. Now we have to find using your web browser, that is driver. So what we have to do is first we have to find this one username, right? So instead of giving like this, you can just directly give this as well like this. So there is no harm in this, right? So right, there is no difference, it will not make any difference, but this is the easy one. When you get used to your WebDriver, you will use like this only. Just straight away you can just use like this, just driver find element by name, that's all. Find element by name, like this you will give it. So what you want to do here, then we have to perform an action on this particular web element which we have located. What we have to do is, for that, Selenium provides send keys method. So using this you can type some text. So that's what we have to give from this website as admin, right? So this is the username, right? So now what we have done, just we have done like this. So this will type. So the one particular web element action is done. Now the second action is we have to type password. The password is admin123. So let's copy this same one and we have to take this particular locator, right? So what is the password we have to enter? This admin 123, isn't it? So this is what we have to do. So now we have done, sorry guys. So we have done typing admin, and second step is admin 123. Now we have done this. Now what we have to do? So we have to click on this login button, right? So here for two different elements we have done typing, we have used send keys. Right? Let's take that, copy this and paste it here, and we have to give this button submit. But we are not going to use send keys method over here. So what user going to do is they are going to click on this button, right? So we have to do perform click operation. So Selenium provides click method directly, you can use it. That's all. So this is what we have to do. Let's remove this. So if you want to practice, then you can initially you can do like this. So one by one, like using by class, you can do this. Once you get used to your WebDriver, right, you can directly give like this, right? So let's remove now, and then I want to close the driver. Sorry, driver dot. I want to close the browser. That's what. So for that, Selenium provides driver dot close method. That's all, right? So let's wait for some time using thread dot sleep to see whether it's clicking or not. It's not recommended to use sleep method. Just for wait time, I'm just giving it, because thread dot sleep will give exception to handle it. So I'm just giving inside catch block, sorry, try block. That's all. So now we have done with our name attribute, right? So let's try running this. You can see over here, right? It has typed admin, and it's a password admin 123, and it clicked on your page and it navigated to your home page, right? So you can use your name attribute when we have to use and when you have not to use, right? So it applies the same which we have discussed already for the locators ID. So if the element with name attribute, I just copy this and we'll replace that. Okay, sorry for the delay. So when we have to choose name attribute, name as a, I mean, locator directly, right? So when element with name attribute must present in the HTML document. First, what are the element you want to work with? That element should contain the attribute name and its particular value. This is the first condition. The second condition is name attributes value should be unique. It should not have multiple elements, should not contain the same value. And if you want to find out second or third element, right, so this particular find element, right, this will return the first element of the which which occurs in the HTML document. It will not find out your second or third element, it will not return, right? So name attributes value must be unique, then you can directly use this by dot name attribute. If you have 4 or 5 elements or 2 elements, if you want to work with your second or third elements, then we should not choose this name attribute. That's not wise. And third one is it should be consistently predictable. It should be constant in your HTML document. Say why I'm telling, right? So if the page is refreshing or loading every time, the new time, if you are loading your web page, it should not actually change or dynamically generated every time. It should not do that. So in that case, what will happen if it changes? Using the name attribute directly will leads to your script will fail every time, right? Then you have to manually every time you have to go and change it accordingly, right? So in that case, what you have to do is you should not actually choose this name attribute directly, right? And when we should not go for this, so the first condition is when you should not choose your name attribute is if the name attribute is changing every time consistently, when the page is refreshed or your page is loading every time, it should not happen. If that happens, you should not go for this attribute, right? And this name attribute not present in the element. Say if this particular web element, right, so this input, this particular attribute completely, if it is not there, so how can you locate using name attribute? We cannot do, right, if it is like this. So just id and type is attributes, and you are trying to access that particular web element using name attribute. So in that case, it will not happen, right? It will throw your no such element exception. So in that case, we should not use the name attribute at all. That's the first condition. And the third one will be like, if it is not unique, that's what I was telling, right? So if it is name is unique, then you can go for it, otherwise you should not go for it, right? So these are the three different conditions when you should not choose your condition and when you have to choose your name attribute. Is kind of a prerequisite for your name attribute, right? So when you are going for any locators for your particular web element, so you have to keep in mind few factors before choosing the one, right? So it is recommended to use id locator and name locator, because these two are like mostly it is very faster compared to other locators. So we will be seeing that why we have to choose id attribute or name attribute in the upcoming videos. Keep watching my channel. That's all from this video, guys. So if you like my video and if you have learned something, please like my video and share it with your friends. If you have not subscribed to my channel, please subscribe to my channel. Thanks for watching, guys.